Hello and welcome to this edition of Peak Life. Today I'm here with Richie Babb from Chesapeake Public Schools.
Yep.
We're talking all things new with school.
All things new, yeah.
What do we got going on?
Well, you know, we're constantly trying to improve what we're offering to the students, what we're trying to, how safe we can keep them, what we're doing for the community.
Yeah.
And there are several things that we're doing, especially in the area of technology and trying to streamline. Parents should have seen bye-bye blue card flyers go home, and that is online verification. Anybody that's been in the school system knows a little blue card, you had to fill it out, what's the emergency contact, there's quite a bit of information. Well, that's all online now, and so the computers are available at each individual school. If you don't have computer access, of course, the public library, but we are asking all parents to do that. It's more convenient because if you've got 8 children, I'm sorry, but if you have 8 children, then you can just do it one time. It's not like filling out 8 blue cards.
And they're really important. I mean, they were important years ago, but they're probably more important today than ever before.
They are, because there used to be only maybe one way to reach the parent, right? Pick up and call the home phone.
Yeah.
But now with text and email, and we even have an opportunity with this for parents to tell us what's their preferred method of communication with them.
That's nice.
Yeah, so all of that's on this, it's on the blue card, and we still have some people that have not done it, but we really need them to get in there and do it because that's going to stop at the end of the month. So
okay, so get in touch with their school if they don't know what you're talking about?
Right. Perfect. Yeah, right. Yeah, call the school if you don't know what I'm talking about. I hope there's not too many people in that position. Also, sort of communication technology is something called Quick Tip. Yeah. It's a way to anonymously, if you see a problem or if you think there's a safety issue or if you have a concern, it's a way for you to just go on the website, and it's on the main page, it's on every school page, and you can just click that and send a message, and it's set up so that the principal and some central office administrators will get that information as soon as you submit it.
So if you or your child hear something shady, a threat or something that doesn't feel right. Bullying.
Yeah, anything at the bus stop.
Yeah.
Any of those sorts of things that you're concerned about. Now, if your next door neighbor's a little creepy, you might want to call the police. We don't really have anything to do with
There
that.
is a difference.
There's a little bit of a difference. This is school related.
Only. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Although, even with that,
yeah.
you know, I said that as a joke, but even with that, because we've had some issues with some people in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I mean, I would call the police, but I would let as many people know as possible.
Yeah. As always, the emergency contact is 911 for, you know, assistance right now. But if something weird is going on, go through this online quick tips.
Quick tip, yeah. And really, it's another way that if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't be too careful these days.
No, absolutely not.
So.
Also, in the mode of technology, people have been talking about in research for a while, one-to-one technology for schools.
Yeah. So
that each child has a device. And we're piloting that actually through a grant at Truett Intermediate with Chromebooks.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was over there the other day, as a matter of fact. The kids are just very excited.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm sure they pick it up like that.
Right. In fact, one student even said, I said, was it hard to learn? He said, well, at first we didn't know what we were doing, but now we're magicians at it. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So that, and that has just a lot of benefits. Research shows that it increases time with technology for students. There's just any number of benefits. The planning of lessons has to be more student-centered and more engaging when they're dealing with that kind of technology.
Interesting.
So there are lots of fallout that's really positive benefits for this. So we wanted to pilot it, take a look at it, and see how it went. Of course, it's very expensive. So I'm not going to be here next year saying every student in the city of Chesapeake has a piece of technology at school.
That's not going to. It was funded by.
It was a grant from our foundation, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So. And that's really cool to hear that it almost makes it more student-centered, because you know you hear, well, everybody's just going to be on their little notebook, iPad thingies, and you know, focus on that, not anybody else. But it sounds like they have to make it even more interactive.
Right, because there's a lot of software and a lot of apps that are interactive.
Yeah.
And kind of are conducive to students working together and project-based learning and all those sorts of things. So
they're going to be on it anyway. So
right. Let's make it productive.
Let's use it for school.
Right.
Yeah.
One student said, I think it was the same student said, so what's the benefit of having this? He said, you don't get a headache from staring at a book. Oh, okay.
What?
Okay.
All right.
5th graders should not be getting a whole lot of headaches. I mean, somebody, you know.
For staring at a book. Oh my gosh.
So,
all right. What else? Let's talk like employees, staff. What you got going on that level?
I'll tell you what. Probably one of the most challenging things for a school system is transportation.
Yeah.
Right? So in the past, if somebody was out, somebody's bus broke down, then it was called transportation, which is we're getting 1,000 phone calls, getting 1,000 radio calls. So now the transportation system, it just started this year, they have a lead bus driver program. So that in each tier at each school, there's a bus driver who, if they hear somebody's bus is broken down, they know, bus drivers know who's available, who has what run, so they can contact that bus driver directly without having to circle through transportation. We're hoping that will empower some bus drivers. It'll put the solution to problems in their hands, and also hopefully speed up that process of getting from the problem to the solution.
So we're really trying to maximize that efficiency.
Yep.
I mean, we know as we commute every day how big of an impact the bus system in general makes on everybody. Right. So absolutely, we got to get those kids to school fast.
Got to. Yeah, absolutely.
Get them off the sidewalk.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, besides that, we also have a full-time bus driver program where some bus drivers are now full-time employees.
Okay.
And so we're trying to incentivize that because we, like everybody else, are looking for bus drivers. Yeah. So contact HR. If you go on our website, there's an easy way. If you can read, well, if you can't read, you probably should be a bus driver anyway. But so you can look. It's easy to get to. Click, and we're not only looking for that, but we're looking for school nutrition service workers and custodians as well.
So that's cafeteria worker, right?
It is.
It is. The impressive word for the cafeteria worker.
It is.
Okay. I like it.
It's much better than lunch lady.
School, yeah.
Yeah, it's much more empowering. Yeah, no doubt.
And men can be a lunch lady these days too.
Yeah, sure.
Because
they can. Let's call them school nutrition service. School nutrition services workers.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So lots of work opportunities still available. I mean, we're already into the school year, but you could still use more help at all times.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bus drivers.
And how do they find out about that?
You can go to the website at cpschools.com.
Great.
Or you can call 547-0153. Call the main number, because if somebody calls and says they want to be a bus driver, they get pretty quick attention.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Now, you guys deal with the community a lot. Real quick, tell us a couple of, how important that is, a couple of things.
Well, you probably saw Service Our Schools, where we had some military come out. Our big thing that just happened just at the end of last week was the Air Show STEM event.
Yes.
Yeah, where we went out and we have a pretty strong relationship with Oceana and Fentress, because Fentress is operated by Oceana, of course, is in the city of Chesapeake. So we went out and they just had, hundreds of displays set up. It's really, and you can see a video about that, but our military partnership is really very strong. Also, a lot of companies are providing services to us, and we're partnering with them.
Great.
The Makerspace, which is still kind of underway, RRMM Architects, worked with some students, and it was really a student-led project to take out a bunch of lockers, because high school students really don't use them as much, and put in like a makerspace where there'd be collaborative areas, technology put in, and that's just one example. DeMuth Train is a big partner of ours, and it's just been that's a big push for us in our strategic plan, which we'll be talking about more later on. Our strategic plan's in place, and one of the 4 goals, or included in one of the 4 goals, is community involvement.
Okay, so we're getting creative, we're collaborating, lots happening over at Chesapeake Public Schools.
Yeah, and we find so many of our community partners just want to be in the schools. They just want to make a difference, and a lot of them are doing that.
Richie Babb, thank you so much.
Thank
Lots
you.
of good information. We got to come back. A couple months, we'll come back to the same thing.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us here on Peak Life. We'll see you next time.